Highlight Showcase here on the KITCHEL Sports Network. Robbie, aka Kitchell 22-130, coming at you here with Thursday night highlights from last night's contest in the ACC. Wasn't expecting a good one. It was between two teams from the conference that hadn't won one game yet, which was pretty surprising because you saw North Carolina and Florida State get off to really hot starts. We'll look at the highlights here in just a second, but just a few announcements for you. Don't forget to tune in to the Monday Night Triple Threat, my local sports radio show here at Purdue. There's the link at the bottom, purdue.edu/WCCR. We're on from 5 to 7 p.m. on Monday nights. Make sure you tune in, comment, and call in if you like. And also, another thing that I haven't mentioned yet, I'm actually featured as a college football correspondent on a radio station in Seattle. It's the Z-Twins Game Time Live, and here's the link at the bottom to listen to it. I go on from 4:30 to about 5:30 every Thursday. It's 4:30 Eastern Time, by the way, for those over in the Western and in the Mountain Time zones. It's a little different, but that's a lot of fun. I always go on for about an hour and talk with JB and KB about the show. So definitely a good way to get caught up on everything college football coming in to the weekend. And we got a huge slate of games coming into this week. Not really some monumental contests, but still you got a couple big games on the slate. TCU, BYU, Iowa. Can they stay undefeated against Michigan State? We'll talk about that in just a second, but let's go ahead and hit the highlights. North Carolina and Florida State, two teams that haven't won a game all season long, but they were looking to get their first victory in the ACC this season. There's Bobby Bowden. His coaching expertise being called into question by the Florida board. Just stay out of it. Greg Little doesn't really care who's coaching on the Florida State sidelines. He's going to run into the end zone for a 5-yard score. North Carolina takes a 7-0 lead. Now they're up 7-3. Christian Ponder under duress for most of the night. He's sacked by E.J. Wilson, and Marvin Austin recovers. He's one of the impact players on NCAA 10. I like playing him with him on the D-line. Lawrence Taylor, he's ecstatic. And then UNC responds. Big pass from T.J. Yates to Ed Barham, the tight end. 14-3 UNC. They're up 17-6 in the half. Now they're up 24-6. Florida State starts the comeback drill. Ponder to Taywan Easterly. 6-yard touchdown. It's 24-13. UNC starting to hit a rough patch here on offense. Yates was not impressive through the air. Here, he gets picked off by Jamie Robinson. And now let's start Florida State on the 2-yard line. The next play, after a full start penalty from the 2, Christian Ponder to Rod Owens. Turn on the speed burst. Charles Brown can't catch him, and that goes for 98 yards. Tied for the longest passing play in Florida State history. And just like that, it's 24-20. TJ Yates, your thoughts? Thank you. So Florida State, now they're down by 4 still after exchanging field goals. Ponder, great pass to Jarman Fortson for 34 yards, and that would set up 2 plays later. Ponder, straight back, finds Bo Relaford out in the flats, wide open, untouched. Christian Ponder had a ridiculous game, 395 yards passing and 3 scores. UNC, now they're on the comeback trail, 15 seconds left. It's intercepted, Patrick Robinson from Sean Drone, but wait. Oh, it was skipped on the ground, and Robinson would have had a pick 6 that would have ended it. So, UNC, last chance with just 1 second left. TJ Yates, just nothing there. Marcus White brings them down, and Florida State goes into Chapel Hill and beats the Tar Heels. What a huge win for this program, 30-27. The Seminoles held the Tar Heels to just 95 yards passing, and Yates just had 64 of them. The Tar Heels have dropped 3 of their last 4, and they go to 0-3 in the ACC. Doesn't get any easier. Next week, they go to Virginia Tech. So a thriller in Chapel Hill, the Tar Heels and Seminoles going down to the final seconds. I certainly enjoyed the game. I was expecting North Carolina to win in a rout over in the Knolls, but it just seems like whenever Florida State is faced with some adversity, whether it be their coach, their team, academics, fights, whatever, DUI, I don't know, they're faced with all sorts of things down there in Tallahassee. They always seem to come through, so big victory for Bobby Bowden. They go to 3-4 in the season, and they got a long way to go to get to a bowl game. Next week will be another good game for them to bounce back. They play NC State coming up next week. But a slate of games for this week. We got a ton of them to go through. Let's run through them real quick. Georgia Tech will win at Virginia. Pittsburgh, I'm going to take them against South Florida, but it'll be a close one. West Virginia will beat UConn, but the Huskies are going to stay in it throughout. They're playing for their their fallen friend was stabbed and killed just this last week. Ohio State will bounce back against Minnesota, but it'll be close. Oklahoma State will win at Baylor. Miami will hang on against Clemson. It'll be a close game. I think C.J. Spiller and Jacoby Ford do just enough to stay in it. I'm going to take Kansas over Oklahoma. This is sort of my upset pick of the week. The Sooners are in disarray after losing Sam Bradford, and Todd Reesing and Desmond Briscoe lost last week at Colorado. They're not too happy. They're going to welcome a Sooner team into Lawrence, and I think the Jayhawks knock them off. Oregon will beat Washington, but it'll be close. Jake Locker will keep it as a close game. Alabama will beat Tennessee. Cincy, no problems with Louisville. Utah will beat Air Force. You got South Carolina over Vanderbilt. Texas Tech will beat A&M. Iowa will go on the road and win at East Lansing against the Spartans. It'll be a close game, though. LSU will win against Auburn. Florida, now there's word that they might have 3 starters out on defense. They're going to have to hang on against a pretty good team in Starkville against Mississippi State that's had their number the past 3 times that they've played at Mississippi State. Houston will win against SMU. Texas should win at Missouri, but it'll be close. USC will have no problems with Oregon State. Boise State might have some problems at Hawaii, so expect that game to be close. I think TCU will beat BYU. I think the defense is too much. Andy Dalton will have enough to win that one. And then the other upset I'm going to pick, I'm going to take Michigan over Penn State. The Nittany Lions, it's been a long time since they've won in Ann Arbor, and I think the streak continues. I think Tate Forcier, Denard Robinson, and that quarterback, I guess it's the duo they have in the backfield there in Michigan. I think the defense does just enough to shut down Darrell Clark and Evan Royster. So the Wolverines, they're my upset pick of the week, and that is your picks for Week 8. Coming up next week, we'll break down the Thursday night matchup between North Carolina and Virginia Tech. Can the Tar Heels finally get back on the winning streak? We'll find out. This is KITCHEL 22 130 signing off. Enjoy the picks again this week, guys. See you later.